Well, that last one was pretty quick, so another one recording today. Welcome back, friends, LostScarf, and it's time for more Ghost Trick. I'm Detective, chapter 12. Yeah, let's go. Man, that little girl's gotta be sleepy. Late, past her bedtime. Alright, here we go, 12:25 a.m., chapter 12, and we cannot trick around or else that lady will kill her. It looks like the kidnappers made a big mistake. The girl in the trunk was Detective Jowd's daughter Camilla, not the minister's daughter. When I got back to the justice office, When I got back to the justice minister's office, things were getting even more out of hand. The devastated man was being grilled by the fire detective lady. I'm gonna have another heart attack! Oh, she's pissed. And bent over. I told Lynn what I had found out about the kidnapping. That it wasn't Justice Minister's daughter who had been abducted. That the kidnappers had been holed up in Camilla's old house, and that they sensed my presence and were already gone. But Camilla? Why do they have Camilla? Her father isn't the stupid old Justice Minister. I think the stupid old part is a little uncalled for. Looks like the kidnappers made a mistake somehow. The poor girl, kidnapped for the ransom of her own father's execution. It's just too much. It's a cruel twist of fate, I agree. And then there are those other twists too. Like the kidnappers winding up in and using Camilla's old house as their hideout. There's no way it could be just coincidence. And then sensing my presence. They seem to know about the powers of the dead. I just don't understand any of it. What if we're actually... we're working with them, obviously. What if Ray's doing all this? What if Ray possessed the gun to shoot us so that we could do this entire turn of events? Yeah, what if Ray's the killer? I think Ray's the killer. Ray controlled her gun. I told you before, Detective. I want you to stand back. Who cares about distance at a time like this? Look, Mr. Minister. It wasn't your daughter that was kidnapped. Don't try to pretend you didn't hear what we were saying. Oh! How can I believe in you? I'm a realist. Please! If you don't believe what you say, see for yourself. Just call home and... I tried calling home hundreds of times. My wife won't answer. She won't? It's complicated. Oh, why does life have to be such a complicated thing? Cecil, remember the fact she lives next to Lynn. But if she doesn't answer, that means everything... But if she doesn't answer, doesn't that mean everything's normal? It doesn't prove it. I'm being watched. I can't have the police go check for me. Besides, the execution isn't carried out tonight. The hostage will be killed. What difference does it make that it's not my daughter? Oh, it's him. It belongs in a museum. Ooh-wee, that's quite a pickle, Mr. Minister. Quite a pickle. Campanella! Crap, he's a ninja. Miss me, baby. Inspector Campanella. He has to do this every time. I have a little report for you, Mr. Minister. Jesus. Wow, he goes low. The escaped prisoner has been apprehended. Thought you might like to see him, so here he is. Wait, he brought Jowd? Oh... Detective Jowd? Detective Jowd, I'm so sorry I tried. I know you're innocent. I know that you're innocent. I just can't prove it. I'm so sorry. Lynn, please don't apologize to me. Oh, the beautiful love between a teacher and student. It brings tears to my eye. That is not the right voice. That belongs in the museum. Oh, the beautiful love between a teacher and a student. It brings a tear to my eye. Trick time! Okay, whose mind do I want to go into right now? Everybody's got a mind to talk to! Lynn doesn't really know that Jowd is innocent. She just believes it from the bottom of her heart. The execution and the kidnapping are real threats, and time marches on. I'll gather information and see if I can think of something. This all relates back to me somehow, I just know it. Oh, heart attacks. Talk to him. My poor Amelie, is she alright? Actually, the girl who was kidnapped is named Camilla. Why is my dream talking to me in my head again? Wait a minute, Amelie? Could that be the Amelie next door? Yes, I think so. Wow, I didn't know the Justice Minister lived next door. No, not me, my wife. It's complicated. Yeah, I bet it would be pretty hard to admit she left him. The Minister's wife ran the Minister's wife ran away on him? Maybe they grew apart, what with him being so busy. Yeah, I bet you're right. Please stop gossiping about me inside my own head. That's funny. Alright, next one. Over here. Gotta go around. Up here. According to what I heard, Amelie was supposed to go to some sort of lesson tonight. Those horrible kidnappers, they were lying in wait for her. But Amelie didn't go out after all, she couldn't. She had a fever. Huh? And so the kidnappers grabbed Camilla by mistake instead? Whoops. Well. Okay, my internet crashed, but I'm not streaming, so I'm good. Apparently Amelie and Camilla are about the same age. The kidnappers must have gotten the two of them mixed up. It's my fault. If I hadn't asked Camilla to do that errand for me, this never would have happened. Oh right, you asked her to bring the music box. Camilla. By the way, that music box is in the park. Let's go see Ah! I can't reach you! Why? Get to me! Read. Listen. You knew, didn't you, Inspector Campanella, that the execution was tonight? I don't believe I had any obligation to tell you. And you're fine with this? I mean, you know as well as I do. Detective Jowd could never have done such a thing. Ha ha ha! Oh, come on now, baby, I know no such thing. Huh? I know two things to be true, and I know two things to be true, and two things only. One, he was given the death penalty. And two, he tried to escape. What else could I do but haul him in, baby? If that's the case, why did you bring him here? Whatever do you mean, young lady? He escaped from prison, right? So why didn't you just take him back to prison? I think you only brought him here to brag about your accomplishment. Isn't that right, Inspector? For your own selfish reasons. So were all those rumors about you true? That the only thing you care about is a spotless record? Is that more important to you than saving a friend? Everybody has certain principles they can't go back on, including me. You'll understand that someday, baby. That's enough, Lynn. There we go! But Detective Jowd! I'm on death row. I'm a death row inmate who escaped from prison. This is how it should be. But... Get in his head! Get in his head! Go! So, Mr. Ghost, we meet again. Here's something happened. Something about a kidnapping? Oh god, when he hears this. Some kidnappers are saying they abducted the Justice Minister's daughter. That's terrible. What's their demand? The carrying out of your execution tonight. Ha ha ha! I had no idea it was so hated. But the minister doesn't have to worry. I died, it's all over. Very simple. It's not that simple. Why not? Because it isn't really the minister's daughter who got kidnapped. It's Camilla. Shit! It's like, what? What? Camilla? I checked it out for myself, I'm positive. No, it can't be! And by the way, Camilla told me something interesting. She said the one who killed her mother 5 years ago was Camilla herself. What? What are you talking about? Don't listen to him! I'm the one who shot her. I'm the one who shot Alma. And when I'm executed tonight, that will be the end of it. Camilla won't have to suffer anymore after tonight. For a capable detective, you say some incredibly misguided things. Your dying isn't going to end that girl's suffering. It'll just bring her new suffering. The only person's pain this execution is going to ease is yours. Is it true, what Camilla said? Just a lot of grumbles. Why don't you tell us what you know? The murder 5 years ago. To be honest, I still don't understand what happened that day. To be honest, I still don't understand what happened that day. It was my wife, Alma's birthday. We came home from work and she went in first. Bang. Mom! What was that noise? No! I looked for the shooter, but there was nobody to be found. There was nobody there besides Alma and Camilla. Just the two of them. The little lady's mother died right in front of her. Oh my, that's so horrible. Camilla told me about it. She was crying. She said the contraption she made did something it wasn't supposed to do. Made an impossible move. An impossible move? Powers of the dead. Been 5 years since then. I stopped thinking about it. I shot Alma. There's no other explanation. That's what I'd convinced everyone of. Even me. But tonight you showed up and gave an But tonight you showed up and gave me an explanation I never would have thought of before. The powers of the dead, right? That day, in that room, powers that I didn't understand were at work. And if that's the case, it clears up all the mysteries. Maybe not all. There are a couple of other people who know about these powers. Is somebody there? Can you hear me? I sense your presence, you know. But she doesn't have a core! The kidnappers who abducted Camilla knew about those powers. This is no ordinary kidnapping. It looks like my wife's case isn't coming to an end after all. I'm the only one who thought it was. Detective Jude! There's still time before dawn, a little anyway. There's still time before dawn. A little anyway. How about you see this case through to the end before you die? Grumble. An impossible move. Camilla was a quiet little girl, but she was good with her hands. She was a little genius at making elaborate toys and contraptions. But there were two very strange points about that contraption. The first was, of course, the firing of that gun. Right, there was an antique gun I had on a display for years. So it wasn't part of the little little lady's original design. Of course it wasn't. It was supposed to be a surprise for her mother's birthday. And the other strange point was the movement of that Cupid. Cupid? The Cupid's supposed to be aimed to the left, not the right. It was already aimed to the left?! It was supposed to shoot its arrow without turning around. Like that. But why did the old man have that? Somebody made a change to the contraption design, and then manipulated it. I don't know what to say. That's what killed me! I didn't have time to think about things... I didn't have time to think things through then. All I knew was I had to protect Camilla. Had a small adjustment. I made a small adjustment to the scene and turned myself in. The adjustment. What kind of adjustment? The gun, of course. The gun, eh? Come to think of it. It's not there. There was no gun there, just a picture hanging on the wall. Of course not, because I secretly switched the gun out of that frame with the picture. Is the gun in the box? I didn't believe what she told me about her contraption. But one thing was for certain. That gun was still smoking. So that gun really did shoot him. I hid the gun before I went to the police. You hid it? I put it in a wooden box and gave it to a certain detective. What? You mean? And that detective still thinks it's a music box. So that's what was in the box, huh? I got a different murder weapon ready to give the police, my own pistol. And I did a few other things to make it look good. I won't go into the details. When I was all done, I turned myself in. Shoot! Detective Jode, is what you told us just now true? Of course. Yes, of course. In that case, there's still time. Still time? Time to solve the case that started 5 years ago. You didn't do it, Detective Jode, and of course little Camilla didn't do it either. So the true perpetrator is still out there, and I'm going to prove it. For Camilla's sake! So many daughters. That sounds wonderful. Thank you, Detective Jode. Lynn, where's that music box now? In Tipsic Park. Camilla left it there. That gun is important evidence. You'd better go pick it up. Love this music! Yes, sir. I'll go right now. I'm losing this voice. Cecil, take care of Detective Jode. And do something about the kidnapping, so we can get the minister on our side. And yet again, I say easy enough for you to say. She is, you know, being accused of murder. Why did we just let her go? What's going on? Deal me the deal. What's going on, baby? Deal me the deal, Mr. Death Row inmate. A little change in plans. My daughter has been kidnapped. I can't just go off to die without doing something. But you're in our custody, don't forget. Back at the prison, everybody's waiting for you, with a special seat just for you, baby. Then I guess we'd better prove my innocence on the double. On the double, is it? You sound so determined, my old friend. I want to save Camilla, in more ways than one. And that's all there is to it. I see, my old friend, in more ways than one. What say you, Mr. Minister, baby? May I have your decision? May we have your decision? Should the execution be carried out tonight as planned? Or should we hold off and wait for this important evidence to come in? Baby. The order still stands. Bring the prisoner back immediately and resume its reinforcement. Son of a bitch. As you wish, Your Excellency. Please don't bow down to me. And especially not that low. Oh dear. In that case, can I have one of your boys arrange a prison van to pick me up? Would you be so kind? Yes, sir. Hop, 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 hop. He's got a chair! Out of nowhere. The band should take about 10 minutes, I'm guessing, baby. Your escape tonight was brilliant. Will you show me another miracle in these last few minutes of yours, Mr. Death Row inmate? Ah, crap, it's on me! Alright. I'm glad to see Detective Jowd's all fired up now. But I feel like I'm under the gun here. Even if Lynn does come through with the proof of Jowd's innocence, it'll be meaningless if Jowd or Camilla dies. I've got to do something about that kidnapping somehow. Maybe I should ask for some advice from the capable detective here. It's a good plan! Whoop! Most likely the minister won't stop the execution. Not as long as there's any small chance his daughter is the one who has Not as long as there's any small chance his daughter is the one who was kidnapped. But she isn't the one! I'm sure of it! Well, it would be great if we could prove that to the minister. Prove it? How? I doubt his wife is ever going to answer that phone if we call from here. If we call from here, right? But a telephone works in both directions. What are you saying? What I'm saying is only family members can solve a family problem. Hey, Mr. Ghost. Yeah. I have to admit, I don't like depending on others. But you're the only one who can change the situation. Gee, Detective. For these past 5 years, Camilla is the only thing that kept me going. I can't go meekly to the chair now. I hate to ask this, but would you mind saving me? I'll try. The key to getting the Justice Minister is to stop the execution. Is his wife and daughter, but is there a way? It's time to get my ass to a phone! Also to bug him one more time. Excuse me, Mr. Minister. I can't hear you, la 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 la. I'm sure you heard everything we've been saying. Are you telling me you don't believe any of it? Let me speak plainly, I don't trust you. But there's somebody else whom I trust even less. Oh yeah, who's that? Me! I can't explain your existence, it's not normal, but I'm pretty abnormal myself. So maybe you're a figment of my imagination, a delusion. Would you listen to a delusion? To be honest, I have no idea what you're talking about. I got the bit about you not trusting me, though. Good. And my vocal cords are killing me right now. Shoot! Time to go see the wife. Well, hanging around here won't change anything. I've got 10 minutes before the prison van shows up. I could just do something about the kidnapping in those 10 minutes. I guess the telephone lines are my only hope. Time to go! Whoop, whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop. Other way. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay. Ladies' red apartment. If only they could get Lynn over there, right? If Lynn went here... I don't know why I guess Lynn doesn't have time. Lynn has to go get the box. If we could get Lynn over here, we'd be good. Okay. She's back in her spot, though. Just as I thought. This little girl's safe in her bed. Cough, cough. Ah, here we go. Murder, execution, jailbreak, betrayal, and now kidnapping. This last link in the long chain of a sad fate lit a fire in Jowd's heart. And the chance to turn it all around is right here in this room. I'm getting a strange premonition. Everything that happened so far tonight is related back to me in some way. And I bet this mistaken-ridden abduction does too. Oh wow, another quickie, huh? Alright, well, my throat's giving out, so that's enough for today. Oh man. Oh, it's right here. Right here, I can feel it. All along here. Because I was digging deep for the Jowd voice, I guess? And the voice has changed again a little bit. I think they're getting richer, though, I think. At least I think so. Because Jowd's supposed to be soft and deep, so that's what this area is affected by that, I suppose? At the same time, I gotta switch over to Jung, who's higher pitch, which is up here. While Jowd's down here. Then Campanella's over here. And then I don't know where the minister is. I think he's over here. So this area is apparently getting worked. Because I can feel it. Which is a very interesting thing, that you can feel your vocal cords being affected. But there you go. That right there is the game for now. And now we got to convince the wife to call the minister. Or convince the daughter to call the minister. We got to convince somebody to call the minister. But they don't have cores. So we have to make them want to call him. How the hell do you do that? Well, we're going to find out next time in episode 12. So there you go. That right there is the game for now. I had fun. Hope you had fun watching. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Having fun. If you like the video, give it a like. If you like us, give it a sub. Thanks for coming by, and see you next time.